simulcast with the LSU Sports Radio Network. And that'll bring us to the two-hole hitter, Nyjah Fontenot. 382 hitter, a couple homers, 36 runs batted in for Fontenot. Now, the Cowgirls have been on a run since that big loss to LSU. They lost their next game at Southeastern and then have since rattled 11 in a row, including 2 over Southeastern. Fontenot takes it inside, ball 1. Fontenot batted 5th in the order against LSU. She was 0 for 1, but walked 3 times. The pitch is inside, and it's ball 2. Vallejo's numbers for the year: 28 and 2/3 innings, 32 hits, a 278 average against a 317 ERA. She pitched to 2 batters in the Texas series, gave up a base hit, and then got an out to get LSU out of an inning. Strike called, outer half, and it's 2-1. Now, as far as the series goes, it's been one that LSU has dominated. They've won 12 in a row here and have won 16 of the last 17 overall, but often they are very close games. The 2-1 to the lefty. He misses away, and it's 2-2, a 3-1. And the game in Lake Charles was close going to the 6th, and then the LSU offense got rolling. Turned a 2-0 deficit into a 12-2 win. 5 strikeouts in 140 at-bats. She is a sophomore. Vallejo is going to have a hard time keeping her from putting one in play. Again, the 3-2. It's high. Ball 4 to the backstop, and that'll force in a run, and the bases are still loaded. Oh, single, walk, hit batsman, walk. A run is in, and Riley Bouvier will be the batter. Bouvier singled in the 2 runs against LSU that gave them a 2-0 lead in the game back in April, on April 1st. Beth Torina is going to visit the circle. The other pitcher that had been warming with Vallejo prior to the game was Jaden Heavner. So I don't know if she necessarily is going to be next. But this is right now just a discussion with the coach and everybody on the infield. LSU's got to avoid a large number here. It is 1-0, and Mcneese still has the bases full. And there are still none out. Getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit is another reason banking with Capital One is one of the easiest decisions ever. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC. So here is Bouvier, lefty hitting senior. 2 homers, 29 runs batted in. Strike 1 at the knees. Bouvier, 306 hitter. Now, the Cowgirls have been putting up some big offensive numbers. Now, they have faced kind of the 3 of the bottom teams in the Southland, but it doesn't matter. Numbers are numbers. The 0-1, check swing. That's strike 2 over the outside corner. They beat East Texas A&M 16-0, 14-3, and 6-3. That followed a series at Houston Christian where they went 12-2, 11-0, and 7-3. Here's the 0-2. Just missed away, and it's 2-2. Good pitch, though. That was, she had hit the corner. That time tried to go off the corner to get a chase. Didn't get it. And the Cowgirls have still not recorded an out. That was hit sharply through the right side. Fontenot scores. Munoz to third. Mundine to second. Bouvier to first. It's 2-0. Well, that'll happen with the infield kind of pulled in a little bit. And Beth Torina, I think, is going to come out and going to have to perhaps make a change here. Yep, she's headed to the circle. Let's take a 90-second pitching change timeout. 2-0 Cowgirls on the LSU Sports Radio. Barely got a piece of. The 1-0. Chopped foul at the plate. Well, the count is 1-1. That one came in at 63 miles an hour. So 2-0 Mcneese. Bases loaded and just 1 out. Infield in. Again, the 1-1, changeup, just missed. And it's 2-1. That one fluttered up there at not very fast. 40 something, 48 miles an hour. Here's the 2-1. Strike at the belt at 66 miles an hour. There's a big difference there, 18 miles an hour to Briley Fontenot. James Landreneau, the head coach, is asking this base runner, what are you doing? Because the bases were loaded. You're supposed to be running there. There's a force play all around. So it was a pitch. I don't know if that was a little low or a little wide. Allen took it. Got the call. So here is a 1-2 coming. And it's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't set the LSU defense yet, but it's pretty typical. Bergeron catching. Coffey at third. Hodge at short. McKee is playing second tonight. Edwards at first. Leno left. Lassiter center. Rudity right. Bounces, and it's ball 1. Matty Taylor, 3.70 ERA, 15-6 record, 109 2/3 innings, 113 hits. Average against is pretty high, 272. Only 50 strikeouts and 44 walks. Here's the 1-0. That one drops for a strike, and it is 1-1. In the game in Lake Charles, Taylor pitched a third of an inning, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. Here's the 1-1 to Coffey. That's a little bit low. Defensively, Munoz at third, Reyna the shortstop, Briley Fontenot at second, Bouvier at first, Mundine in left, strike. LSU hit 258 for the weekend series. They had 23 hits in 3 games, scored 14 runs. 3 doubles, a couple triples. Or rather, 3 doubles and a couple of homers over the weekend. Edwards and Rudity went deep. Here's the 2-1. Strike, and it's 2-2. Inside corner, Edwards gave LSU the lead in that game in Lake Charles with a mammoth home run. That went over their scoreboard and left. And the catcher wants a visit, like having trouble with the pitch comm, perhaps. I think she's going to go trade it in for a new one. Hancock Whitney is the official bank of LSU Athletics. Learn more at hancockwhitney.com/LSU. So Sarah Allen got herself some new equipment, and Edwards has a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 2-0 Mcneese, bottom of the first. LSU with the runner at second base. And the 2-2. Swing and a foul tip strikeout. Edwards is out. That is the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Bergeron. That ball was right over the outside corner, and Edwards couldn't quite get to it. Bergeron 4-11, 9 homers, 46 runs batted in. Was 5 for 10 at Texas and drove in 3. Pitch a little bit high, ball 1. Bergeron has been stuck on 9 homers for a little while. Average has been fine, just has not had the long ball. 1-0, inside corner strike, and it's 1-1. She has not homered in her last 6 games. Homered against Louisiana Tech a couple weeks ago, and it had been 6 games prior to that. So only 1 homer last 13 games for Bergeron. 1-1, up and away, and it's 2-1. Rudity on deck if this inning continues. And the 2-1. Popped up foul back. That one kind of hung up. Might have been a little too high to really get a hold of. Tatum, Clopton has done a good job of keeping the batters off balance. That was kind of a off balance swing, and Dunham didn't get much of it. Here is Cassidy Chance. Chance singled to start the game and later scored the first run. Left-hander. fouled back. Count is 0-1. Also in SEC play tonight, Georgia Tech will host Georgia. LSU baseball first pitch 7 o'clock off in the distance at Alec Box Stadium against Northwestern State. Here's the 0-1. Missed inside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Mcneese has the lead here, top of the second. One high and inside. That kind of buckled the knees of Chance a little bit. It's 2-1. Swing and a foul. Kind of had to chase one away. 66 miles an hour from Clopton. Those are some of the highest numbers we've seen from her this year. Again, confirming what Coach told us. Good to be back home and have the radar numbers. The board at Texas A&M would show them, but they were not very accurate, and Texas didn't even have them. So it's nice to be able to give you some readings. Tell about how hard the 50 miles an hour. Also good to be back home, to have my people in the booth like Matt Cairns, our video guy. You know him. Didn't get to sit with him at Texas. They hid him up in the press box. Lefty batter is Nyjah Fontenot. She takes it inside, ball 1. And we have a couple of our managers here in the booth who give us the some of the BatCast stats and the pitching numbers, the velocity. Pitch is low when it's 2-0. Now, for those of you watching on TV, we've had this. Sometimes the pitches are too slow that the radar they use doesn't pick them up. You may not see them flashed on TV. So we get those from up here. The 2-0. Chopped at it and missed it. The count's 2-1. Fontenot trying to slap there. Two nothing Cowgirls, top of the second. Two up and 2 down. The 2-1. That's strike 2 called. 67 miles an hour outside corner. And the count is 2-2. Left-handed bat, and the pitch is oh no, he did not. Now Michael Thibodeau. Hodge 1 for 10, but it was a 2-run single in the series against Texas, and ball 1 from Taylor is high. Here's the 1-0, a little bit low. Hodge will step in, average at 345. Had been over 400 a lot of the years, come down a bit, but still a very solid first year at LSU. 345 average, a homer and 23 runs batted in. Has a 2-0 count, and ball 3 is away. McKee on deck. Tigers down 2, bottom of the second. And the 3-0 is a strike, and it's 3-1. Night here at the park. A few number of the fans that brought their. So if you are hearing faint barking, there's a reason. It's there. So 3-2 now to Hodge. Tigers looking for their first hit, but Hodge just outran it. Ball took a nice bounce. Mundine picked it up, was alert, threw it to second, but not in time. Here's Maddox McKee. McKee was 3 for 8 in the Texas series. All 3 of them were in game 1 of that series. She's a .288 hitter for the year. And ball 1's a little bit up. Michaela Walker, getting a start at DP, is on deck. Feist will get Hodge to third. There are 2 out in the inning, but McKee almost beat that one. Was just a hair too hard on the bunt back to Taylor. They did a good job to pick it up, just kind of sling it to first, and it was a good play. So here is Michaela Walker, 186 hitter, a homer, 11 runs batted in. And the first pitch is high, ball 1. Made 1 appearance in game 2 of the Texas series as a pinch hitter, was 0 for 1. Here's the 1-0 to the right-hander. She takes that one high. It's ball 2. Yeah, peel down to first. There was nothing resembling a swing there, didn't look like. Jaden Leno on deck if the inning continues. Mcneese up a couple. Runner at third, 2 down for LSU. The 2-0. Fouled away. Good cut by Walker. Came up empty. As far as putting the ball in play, fouled it away. But still up 2-1. They give her a lot of room back up the middle. Shortstop shaded toward third base a little bit, so not much room on the left side. The 2-1. Strike called. Moved over the inside corner to the righty. It's 2-2. Good pitch. Had her tied up on the inside corner. Now, LSU will not play until Saturday with the Saturday, Sunday, Monday series, so a few days off to get ready for the Gators. 1-0. A little bit low, and it's ball 2. Outfield plays Bouvier pretty much straight away. Strike called over the outside corner. That's 68. I mean, that's pretty good stuff from Clopton. The 2-1. And that's a floater that's a little bit high, and it's 3-1. Clopton has retired 8 in a row. Behind here. 3-1. Chopped it foul. That's going to hurt right off the foot. And Bouvier is kind of doubled over. That one's going to sting a little bit. Oh, fouled it right off the instep, it looked like. Yikes. Or maybe off the tip of the toe. And she's going to have a member of their training staff come out. She's smiling a little bit, which is she's a step ahead of the game where I would be at this point, because that looked painful. Yeah, those watching on TV, she is in some serious pain right now. They're going to give her a little time to walk that off. That was a pitch tumbling down and in, and she just fouled it right off in either the toe or kind of the inside of the foot. So I think Bouvier is trying to make her case to stay in this. Tough kid, she's going to do it. And the lefty takes it low, ball 1. Leno was 2 for 4 in the game in Lake Charles a few weeks ago. She had a double. Here's the 1-0. Strike called over the outside corner, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Coffee in the top of the order due up. 2-0 Mcneese leads LSU in the bottom of the third. Fouled to the left side. And a misplay by an LSU fan wearing a gold sweatshirt, and that's unfortunate.
Let's go, Jen. Get on base. Let's go.
as he is being ridiculed by those around him. 1-2 to Leno to lead off the third. Here's the pitch. Good take. It's a little bit low, 2-2. Now, Taylor came in with a batting average against of 272. Tiger, the top of the order, and Coffee. That ball was right over the plate. Leno knew just what to do with it. Coffee hit back to the circle her first time. Coffee's on-base average at .546 would be an LSU record for a season. Changeup is low. Leno walks into second base, maybe the easiest steal ever. She apparently read that the changeup was coming and it was going to be a slow one, and Leno very easily, didn't even have to slide, picks up her 6th steal of the season. And the count's 1-0 to Coffee. And here's the pitch. That's a strike called over the outside corner. Well, Mcneese has given up some steals this year. Opponents have stolen 34, now 35 out of 44. Ball 2. Has driven in 27 runs. And there's a visit out to the circle. Catcher and pitcher chatting, Allen and Taylor. Doesn't appear to be a whole lot going on in the Mcneese bullpen. I think they did have some others. And here's Tori Edwards, who struck out her first time. And we're going to have a visit to the circle. So LSU, and there is the warm-up action in the pen. That's number 12. Number 12 is Cadence Williams, who started the game when these teams played in Lake Charles 3 weeks ago. I believe that is Alexis Otero, the pitching coach. And while they chat, the home plate umpire will dust off the plate. The LSU offense will conference. Tigers now with 4 hits. They've out-hit them 4-2. Single, single, double. And still going here in the third. Edwards and Bergeron, and then Rudity. So your 3 best RBI threats with the runner second, not out. First pitch to Edwards is up and away, ball 1. Discussion might have been about how to pitch to Edwards. And I'm sure the correct answer was very carefully. Here's the 1-0. Tried to nibble away at the outside corner, missed, and it's ball 2. And the 2-0, missed away again, ball 3. Not missing by much, but missing. Outside. That one was not close, and it's ball 4. So none of that was shocking at all. And that'll bring up Bergeron, who fouled to deep left her first time. And Beth Farina, well, say she's going to do a pinch runner somewhere here. No, actually, I think what she saw was James Landreneau, their head coach, come. They're going to make a pitching change. Let's take a 90-second pitching change timeout. Game tied at 2. We're back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 3.39 ERA over 93 innings. That is the second most on their team. 2.74 average against. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike. 61 miles an hour outside corner. She pitched and was the starting pitcher and had LSU befuddled in the game in Lake Charles. Went 5 scoreless, but then gave up 3 in the 6th and ended up being the losing pitcher. The 2-0 taken high, and it's ball 3. First and second, none out, and a 3-0 count. And the pitch to Bergeron sails very high. All right, actually, the board of that is now, one of those was a strike in the middle. That's what it was. So it is a 3-1 count, beg your pardon. So it is a 3-1 count now, as the board was off by 1. So first and second, none out. And the 3-1. That one is a strike at the belt. It's 3-2. Bergeron, again, fouled to left her first time. So she is 0 for 1. Game tied at 2. Tigers a chance to take the lead. And the tag, 3-2 LSU. 1 out in the inning. Bergeron hit that ball very hard. Here's Rudity. Taken up high, ball 1. There's some good, and this has been LSU's base running all year long. They have been very aggressive on the bases. And the 1-0. Strike called, 1-1 outside corner. Sometimes it'll work against you. Sometimes you don't. The play doesn't get made, but more times than not, LSU has created havoc and extra runs with plays like that. Here's the 1-1. Trying to hit the inside corner, missed, and it's 2-1. So 3-2 LSU now has the lead. Did get a double on that a little while ago. Double and an error on the right fielder, Dunham. And then Hodge on the first pitch lines to center and gets the run in. So LSU has put up 5. And they might be appealing the runner left early.
Mcneese is challenging that the runner left early.
And that'll bring up Maddox McKee, who sacrificed her first time. Well, McKee from the left side. The pitch is away, ball 1. So LSU haunts Mcneese with a big inning. Had a pair of 6s in Lake Charles. Have a 5 here tonight. And still going, 2 outs, bases empty. And the pitch is up high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. LSU hit their 24th sacrifice against the LSU dugout, and that will end the inning. But 9 Tigers bat, 5 of them score on 5 hits. The Tigers leave 1. We go to the 4th. It is 5-2 Tigers on the LSU. Reyna hit one back to the circle. Clopton got the force play at home. And ball 1 is inside. Clopton with 42 pitches. She's been efficient. 0-1. Check swing. That's a strike. 67 over the inside corner. Five to 2, the Tigers now have the lead. They've out-hit the Cowgirls 6-2. Poked it out of play, back into the net. 2 strikes the count. Righty bat, the 0-2 to the plate. Moved a little bit too much inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clopton 4 strikeouts through the 9 batters that she's faced. No base runners. The 1-2. Change up is low, and it's 2-2. And the home plate umpire, Michael Thibodeau, kind of makes a move. You don't know if he's ready to fire off a strike call or not sometimes. That one was close, but it was low, and it's 2-2. Now the 2-2 to the plate. Jammed her. Pop up to third. Easy catch for Coffey. 1 out. And that'll bring up Briley Fontenot, who grounded to first with the bases loaded. And Edwards got the play at home to get the force. Briley Fontenot, the 7-hole hitter, freshman, right-hander, 296 average. 1 out in the 4th. Pop-up foul back out of play. Baseball game did get underway across the way at the box. It's 1-0 LSU, bottom of the 2nd over Northwestern State. And up at Tennessee, Clemson a run in the 9th. They lead Tennessee 4-3, going bottom of 9. A little bit up, and it's 1-1. So Tennessee, the new #1 team in the nation, and that has not been a good place to be here lately because teams have been losing. Chopper to the right side. Edwards, nice backhand, then has to turn around, go back to the bag. She does, and there's 2 down. Texas A&M, Texas have all been #1 and have suffered losses. In fact, Tennessee was the one who knocked Texas out from that spot, beat them 2 out of 3 in Austin a couple of weeks ago. Here's Sarah Allen, the catcher, who struck out to end the 1st inning. And Clopton bounces that one, ball 1. Up her first base runner. That one just, I mean, that might have even drawn a little bit of the line. It was that close. And they're going to have a pinch runner at first base, I believe, here for Allen. Down 3 in the 4th inning. Somebody a little bit more fleet of foot. That's going to be number 23, and that is Anna McElroy. McElroy, the runner at first. 2 down. Here is the 9-hole hitter, Dunham. Delaney Dunham, who popped to second her first time. Left-handed bat. And pitch is a low strike called, and it's 0-1. Inning, no runs, a hit, and the runner left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-2 Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. And Rudity homered against her in that game in the 7th inning. Leno started the 3rd with a single. She later scored the 1st run. Curves over the outside corner, 1-1. First 4 Tigers reached in the inning. Here's the 1-1. Slow changeup, slow curve. Either it's low and it's 2-1. Five to 2 LSU, bottom of the 4th. And the 2-1 fouled away, and it's 2-2. Kind of a herky-jerky motion, kind of bobs a couple of times before she brings the pitch. Check Snyder, just 5'4". She is from Walker, right next door in Livingston Parish. And that'll bring up Coffee, who singled in the third inning. So she's 1 for 2. And that one darts across the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1, up and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mcneese got 2 runs in the first, LSU 5 in the third. Here's the 1-1, up high and away, 2 balls and a strike. Tigers will host Florida this weekend. Game times get a little later as we go on. 1 o'clock Saturday, 5 o'clock Sunday, 6 o'clock Monday. The 2-1 fouled away, and the count's 2-2. One out, bottom of the fourth inning. And the 2-2. It's high, ball 3. Very rarely in this park do you see the flags just sitting still. That's exactly what they're doing. They are not moving. There is no breeze of any sort to speak of here. It's a bit humid. There's been a lot of moisture in the air. So kind of a very still, quiet night on Scheck-Snyder. So LSU either gets the play or they get what will now be ball 4 on an automatic ball. Yep, so the umpire immediately held his arm out, so it was kind of a free swing for Coffee. So we knew the pitch clock had run out. So you get the whatever you like the most. Do you like a automatic ball or do you like the result of the play? Well, it's a ball because Coffee grounded back to the circle. So here is Lassiter with Coffee at first and 1 away. Pitch is a strike inside corner. So Coffee will get the walk. Technically goes down as a legal pitch, but ends up being a ball anyway. So it all kind of ends up the same. Coffee gets another walk. Not often you get a walk when you hit a comebacker to the circle, but that's what happened there. Here's the both weekends in Texas that were into outs. So that she had that coming. That was just a little flare out in the right center field. So she's got her second hit of the night, been on base all 3 times. And here is Tori Edwards, who has struck out, walked, and scored. That walk to Coffee a while ago, her 44th of the season. She is now tied for 4th most in a season at LSU. And Edwards has got a real chance to hit with runners on base. Pitch is low, ball 1. So 5-2 score. LSU with 7 hits now. Lassiter with 2 of those. And the 1-0. Very high fly ball to right center. Right fielder's going to be there. Dunham's got it. Runners have to stay put. There's 2 down. Edwards just kind of missed that one. She got under it. She takes a little bit of the arc out of that. That's one of her missiles, but that one got under it a little bit. So 2 players shooing the players off. There must be lightning in the area. Now, we were watching the radar. It looked like the rain was kind of trying to break.
Starring role. That's that drop shot again. She's 1 and 2, Sharif. Far too high. There's Escanero. Read it beautifully. Into it like a boundary. Steadily shoots the backhand. Some decent shoulders on there, hasn't she? Really hard. And that forehand isn't bad too. What a great follow-up. See the perfect serve. Escanero. Breathe now.